Okay, so I'm finishing off the 89 CDs, which are in this one box to one warehouse, and these two boxes to another warehouse, which are all in state. So I just put it on the scale, and it shows out there, 12 pounds, 9 ounces. You can just come right over here and put 12.9, and then put the box dimensions. 12 pounds and 9 ounces, and 13 by 12 by 5.5. And go down to the bottom. Click confirm. And then calculate. And it is $5. So agree. Accept charges. And there you go. So just print the labels. And there you go. Just print the labels out. And get it going. Slap the label on it and send it out. So 89 CDs. So $5 for 50 CDs. 50 CDs in this little box for $5. So how much is that per CD? 10 cents per CD, I believe. If my math is correct. So 10 cents per CD to send it. Not bad. And it'll be checked in by tomorrow for sure. It should be, unless it's sitting there. So here's the other two boxes, which are here. And they are 8.2 ounces, or 8.2 pounds. So if you go down here, it's actually charging $7.59. If I had it in one box, it would be less expensive from what I understand. But still, for 39 CDs, $7.59 is a big deal for 8 pounds. But again, if they're all in one box, if we can get them in one box, I just didn't have the right size box to put them all in. Then it's going to be a little bit cheaper. So I've put the labels on the boxes. Always remember to keep the labels on either side of the seam. You don't want to put the label over the seam because then you can get in trouble with Amazon and they might not open your box, they might reject it. So put it on either side of the seam. So this is big enough, I can put it on both sides. So FBA on one side and UPS on the other. This one though was so small that I had to wrap it around here all the way over to here, and then the FBA one, it fits on one flap. Even though it's sideways, it doesn't matter. What's important is that UPS can scan the barcode here, and here's a barcode, and of course FBA has the barcode there. So that's what's important. You can put it on the side also of the box. Just make sure that the barcode is not over the side of the box, otherwise UPS won't be able to scan it. They told me that once. And then Amazon might not be able to scan the FBA one, so make sure it's on either side and they can scan the barcodes. So I dropped the 3 boxes off at UPS. Glad to have them out of the house. I spent $70 on that bulk CD buy. Of the 180 CDs, I sent 66 into Amazon. So that's just about around 35, a little over 36% that were worth sending into Amazon. That wasn't too bad. A lot of times it can be lower, more like 20% or less when you buy a lot. I was happy about that. However, the reason that I was able to send certain ones in is because I was willing to sell them for less money to at least make some of my money back. I calculated the cumulative gross sales for all 66. When they all sell, it's $537, which breaks down to just over $8 per CD that they would sell for. $70 spent, and after Amazon fees and minimal inbound shipping, probably going to make 4 to 5 times my money. Even if it's only 4 times, that's good. So the CDs will steadily sell, and also the average sales rank was 66,000, which for CDs is great. You send in CDs that are consistently ranking under 100,000, that means that they're selling pretty irregularly. It doesn't mean that they're selling 90,000 rank, doesn't mean it's selling multiple copies a day, but it's definitely selling multiple copies a week, and might even be selling every other day. If you get below 50,000, then we're talking a CD that's selling much more frequently. And anything under 20,000 consistently is a very high selling CD. So the previous bulk lot I sent in had a lot of CDs ranked under 10,000 and a good amount ranked under 5,000. So that one I've been selling like crazy, and those have been doing really well. $70 should hopefully turn into $350 $50-ish. It's going to depend on the fees and that type of thing, but it's still pretty good money. You know, it's a great return. I spent $70 on one item and then made $350 off of it. I do that any day. I do that again and again. Granted, this is different because this is multiple sales and it's going to take time for all 66 to sell. Some will sell within the first month. Some will take, 3 to 6 months. So, but I'm certain by December, by January, let's say, I will have sold a lot of them because during the holidays, I'll probably move a lot of those CDs in general. Overall, I'm happy with it. I also, as usual, was able to download a good amount of songs, and I'm left with a good amount of CDs, so I should be able to get rid of those for some money. The duds, I also have the CDs from the other lot as well, so cumulative I've got a couple hundred, and I'm looking to make a little bit of money off of those. Try to break even with that money or get close anyway. Even though some of these CDs are selling for $6 to $8, I'm still going to make the money back that I spent on them and then a little bit. So the average of $8, I should make at least $4+ on average per CD. So minus the dollar, so we're talking $3 or more profit per CD, which is nice. So again, a lot of these CDs were not big money makers individually, but cumulatively, I'll still do well on my overall investment. Plus, hopefully be able to get a little bit of money for the ones that I could not send in to Amazon. The one thing compared to books about CDs is they take a little bit longer to process. There's just more involved. So you have to check the case, check the artwork, check the CD, make sure there's not any markings, cracks, tears. I personally check each CD. Not everyone does that sells CDs, I understand, but I do that because I just want to make sure that they work. Everyone that I checked, all 66 worked. So that is a little more time consuming for sure. Whereas a book, you take a look at it, it's pretty simple, right? Either it has a tear, either it has been messed up in some way, but I wouldn't source it if it wasn't. So by the time it gets to my house, it's in a good enough condition that I want to send it in. So check it. The condition, put that into the listing, write it into the notes if there's anything dramatic about it. I need to change my condition note. Books basically, unless they have some markings on them or dirt or whatever it is, stains on the cover, I can wash out with Goo Gone. If the pages have lots of dog-eared pages, there's little things I can do, but aside from that, if it's in good shape, I basically just list it and put it aside, and then when I have them all ready, I just put the stickers on them, put them in a box. Books in that respect are a lot quicker than CDs. However, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop selling CDs because I find good ones, and when I'm sourcing them outside of buying a lot, then I'm pickier. I might go higher in the rank up to 300,000, 200, 300,000, but that's going to be for one that's going for good money, more like a $20 CD, and that it has a record of selling, has a sales history. That's different than in a lot. I'm willing to take ones that are not going for as much profit because I'm getting a lot of them, and I know that cumulatively I will sell. I will be able to make a good profit. But I want to get back into books more heavily because they make more profit than CDs on average, and a lot more, and they're easier to process. They're heavier though, right? That's one downside. I sent 89 CDs and it hardly weighed anything cumulatively, versus if I did 89 books, it would be much heavier. Now, depends on where it's going. If it's staying in state, which I've been able to do by staying at 49 items or less, then it doesn't matter necessarily. It's not that expensive. Not much more expensive, even though it's heavier. So it's still definitely worth it because there's way more profit in the books. I just want to take advantage of the upcoming back to school and holidays for books. But I'm always going to keep my eyes open for CDs, VHS tapes, and vinyl as well. So I'm probably going to occasionally look on Craigslist for lots, CD lots, but I'll probably be more focused on finding as many books as I can, because I feel like I haven't sent in as many books in the last 3 to 6 months that I need to be sending in. In the next couple of months, I'm going to, like I talked about yesterday, try to or a couple of days ago, push myself to do 200 books a week, which this week, because I'm only doing it tomorrow or today, Friday, and Saturday, we'll see if I'm able to do that. I'll definitely shoot for that next week and get as close as I can this week. So yeah, I'm glad to send the CDs out, and I'm going in state, so hopefully they'll be checked in, hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow. My last shipment got to the warehouse fast, but then it sat there for about 2 or 3 days before it was checked in. So I don't know what that is. The only thing I can think of is either Amazon made a mistake and they misplaced it, or whatever, it sat somewhere, or they were backed up. I don't know, but it doesn't happen that often to me, but I've heard of it happening to others as well. Unless they sent it to another warehouse. I'm not sure. It was eventually checked in and went live. I'm excited to get 89 more products in my inventory on the shelves and selling. So that's great. I have, like I said before, around 30 books right now. So I'm going to start to make up that next shipment today. And tomorrow I'll do some more sourcing, hopefully get a good amount of books. And I can start adding those to the shipment. And once again, I'll only go up to 49, cut it off there, do that shipment, and then start another one. I highly recommend that for you guys. Instead of doing the big shipments that take a little bit longer and can be a little bit more, can be split up and a little bit more laborious, that just print out 49 items, 2 sheets, 2 stickers. Unless you're doing Dymo, it's another conversation. But it's quick anyway, just put them on there, 1 box, 1 destination, a lot faster. Hopefully your Friday's going well and you're out there hitting some yard sales, estate sales, and whatnot. I've seen a few good ones coming out tomorrow. So one with some CDs and some books. So that one I'm going to go to definitely and see if there's any good stuff there. As always, remember, keep booking.
Psst, psst.